All stand please and remain standing. All persons before this honourable court are commanded to give their attendance and they shall be heard. Be seated please.
One of its products is a drink beverage called the Snail Inside.
Fermented snails in a bottle, yes.
That's right.
Does it matter that she did not read the list of ingredients?
Her mortification as a product of those comments led to her depression. That is what we contend to take.
Well, Your Honour, the internet is in fact a strange place. It's not really clear to the reasonable person what was meant by that comment, snails extra.
So it's a bit like the twist of lemon with a dry martini.
That is our submission, Your Honour.
Your client was an eccentric woman prepared to take a risk.
Being an eccentric person who's willing to take a risk is one of the hallmarks of the modern technological economy.
Please press on with your mooting. Your performance this evening was excellent.
All stand please.
Yes, Mr. Cameron.
This matter involves a contract for the purchase of the sum of 8,000 pairs of the Ants in Pants underpants.
Where do we go from there once you've got some intent, where does that lead you to? What's the chain of legal reasoning?
Once we determine intent of the parties, we can then look to the actual implied or expressed terms within the contract.
You say there's a contractual obligation to label them.
Yes, there was a contractual obligation to label them because if they weren't labelled, and as they weren't, they were in breach of the Australian Food Standards Code.
The appellant's position, while at first blush superficially attractive, decays on closer examination.
How do you get round the wording of 5.1a, any substance or thing of a kind capable of being used?
The definition section of the code can assist us further in determining what is meant by food.
The four of you were all put under some really significant pressure this afternoon and you handled it really well.
I must say I came onto the Court of Appeal in Victoria in 1995 and we never had a courtroom anything like as good as this one.
In this magnificent moot court, you've probably got the best one in the country.